Good morning. Today is April 27th, 2026, and today is officially my birthday. Welcome back to Juju's Journey. If you're new here, my name is Angela. I'm 58 years old today. I've been getting used to saying that for the last couple of weeks. And this is my journey, my kind of like a vlog, but I'm not really vlogging because I don't know how to do all that yet. But that's my goal for 58. 58 is going to be great. It's going to be, I guess, new beginnings, so to speak, I guess. This channel is mainly my journey because I lost my husband a year and 4 months ago. And I'm on my own for the first time ever in my whole entire life. And I've been able to navigate pretty good. The first year after your spouse dies, you're kind of in a fog and you're scared. You're just filled with so much emotion that you don't know what's right, what's wrong, if you're making the right decisions. It's hard to move forward. You feel a lot of guilt during the grief. You're celebrating. This is my second birthday without him. And so last year I had a great birthday party and I had fun, but you feel guilty about finding joy after someone that you love so much dies. But we're good now. I mean, not good, but we've navigated that first year pretty good. And so moving forward, I've got tons of things I have to do. Tons. And I'm not saying that lightly. I have a lot of stuff I have to do. And I've got to make the rest of my life matter because I have 5 children and I have 5 grandchildren. And I will tell you straight out that I am very fortunate. My husband and I made a great life for ourselves. We were not rich by no means at all, but he did, even after having 5 children, I'm able not to work. I mean, I do get to not work, and I do get $3,000 a month from our retirement. The rest of the money's invested, and hopefully it's growing. It is, but I mean, you know how the market goes. So I'm secure for my future. I'm not ever going to be homeless. And that's a good thing. I can pay all of my bills. My house is completely paid for, which it should be. I'm 58 years old. I don't have any debt. My car is paid for and it's new. It's 1 year old now, but it's still, it's only got 6,000 miles on it. So, and it's under warranty and all of those good things. So I don't have any major, I don't have anything major that I really have to worry about, although I'm still scared, if that makes sense. I'm sure if something were to happen, I can pick up the phone and call my financial advisor and say, listen, we've got to regroup here because X, Y, and Z just happened and I need X, Y, and Z, and that would be fine. But that's not part of our financial plan. I'm not old enough to draw Social Security, and our plan is for me not to draw it until, 67? Is that the magic age now? I can't remember, but, we want to go the long haul. And then the money that's invested slowly has to come out and go. It all has to be taxed, and so we don't want to lose any money in that process. So I'm on a very tight budget, which is understandably, I mean, I lost a lot of money. Well, when I say it's only because it's just me. When my husband was alive, he was drawing Social Security. And we also have supplemental income coming from retirement. But now the only income coming into my house is the money coming in from the retirement. And I'm very fortunate. It makes enough money to do that, plus enough money to grow. So I'm not destitute. And I don't want anybody to ever think, if you do watch me, that I am, because I don't want to mislead anybody. But that doesn't mean at any time that I'm rich or I have lots of money. I'm sure there are people that have it worse than I do. But I mean, I'm still scared. Like, I do have to pay my house insurance, and I do have to pay my car insurance, and I have to pay my taxes, and I have to pay all of these things. And I still want to have somewhat of a life. But not only that, I want to, on my own, I want to have, not just with my financial advisor, I don't want to ever have to pick up the phone and say, something bad just happened. We're going to have to deplete some of these, some of the money that we have invested. We have to make something change right now because this happened. I want to be able to save enough money that I can take care of those things myself without having to pick up the phone to call for help. You don't want to do that. I want to have a secure financial future. And, I'm scared, but I'm not as scared as I was 1 year ago. And that's honestly a good place to be. I still want to be 3 to 6 months ahead, which everybody should. And my husband and I should have already had all of this in our own personal account, but we didn't. That's what I'm saying. We weren't rich by no means, way, shape, or form. And that wouldn't even make you rich. That would just make you financially secure. But my goal as a single 58-year-old widow is I want to be 3 to 6 months ahead. That is my goal. It's not going to happen while I'm 58. That's just not realistic. I am 1 month ahead, so I'm hoping by the end of this year, and that would go from January 1st to January 1st, that I will be 2 months ahead. But while I'm doing that, I also want to save to have $20,000 emergency fund. Well, that's not going to happen with $3,000 a month. There's no way, because I still have to pay all of these bills. I could go get a job, and work outside the home, but I don't want to. My husband and I had it set up that when he retired, I was already a stay-at-home person at that moment. And so we wanted to keep it that way. I had side hustles, but when he retired, I stopped all of my side hustles, and we were retired. But it's time for me to revamp my side hustles so I can push forward and hopefully grow my eBay business enough to be like a job. And that's what my goal is for 58. 58 is great. And that goal will be today, April 27th, all the way to April 27th of next year. And then, of course, I'll start my 59th year goal. And hopefully I can report back that you did it, girl. You did it. And my life isn't over. And sometimes when you lose your spouse, and I was only 22 years old when we met, and we moved fast. I mean, we moved fast when we met. He already had 2 little girls. They became my heart, but we became a family really, really quickly. And so from the time I was 22 years of age, I was with my husband, and that's a long time. And So I'm very fortunate because I do have a wonderful family. Wonderful family. You could not ask. If I got down on my knees as a 22-year-old and prayed for my future family, it would have been exactly the family that I have right now. So God has blessed me. He blessed me tremendously, and I'm very grateful for that. But with that being said, there's a lot of things that moving parts to my life right now. My husband's mother passed away, and so of course I inherited my husband's estate, which her estate hasn't been settled yet. So that's a big deal. There's a lot of land that needs to be divided, and right now there's a little bit of discrepancy on how the land's going to be divided to be fair. But once everything's said and done, my family, because the way I look at that is really is family heritage, because it's been in my husband's family for 3 generations already, and my children would make the 4th generation, and my grandchildren will make the 5th generation. And I think it needs to continue as such. I'm just the mama, right? I don't want to secure the land for myself and then say, okay, well, I'm going to sell it to Joe Blow that's not a part of the family. I want to keep the land secure for generations to come, but I also want to have the option to live there and have my children live there if they want to. I'm not going to force them, but you know, I want to. I'm calling it a family compound, but basically, it's just getting back to basics. To me, it's like what we've lost in our world is family connections. My family have already told me that they will take care of me when I get old. They don't want me to go to a nursing home, and I hope that's true. But if not, I'll go to a nursing home if I have to. But hopefully, I've got tons and tons of years before anything like that were to ever happen. But, I just want a she shed, and I want my grandchildren to grow up together, run down dirt roads, and I want to have paths that we can go walking on through the woods and hiking, and I want little SUV, little side by sides where you can go ride on golf carts or side by side. I want a family building that has the kitchen with all the bells and whistles that we celebrate Christmas and um, all of those kind of activities together. Oh, not Christmas. I want weekly eatings. I want us to get together and cook. I don't want anybody to have to feel like they have to clean their house for 2 days to have Easter or Christmas. I just want it to be a place that we all go together and work together. I mean, my son has a tractor, so if another family member buys a different type of tractor, then we can pull together to make sure our roads stay good and do all the things that we have to do and work as a family and a team. And I just feel like if you have that connection, you can make something wonderful. And that's my goal, is for my family to be able to have a secure, prosperous future, one that's not based on, I want family unity, if that makes any sense. So there's going to be, going forward, a lot of decisions. I mean, I'm going to have an attorney draw up paperwork. But first of all, we've got to settle her estate. It's been 3 years and nothing's moved forward. And it's just from from laziness, basically. And it could have been settled a long time ago. And actually, it could have been settled while my husband was still alive, and that would have been even wonderful because that would have given him some joy. But unfortunately, life didn't work out like that. So now it's on my shoulders to make sure that I'm a good steward of my husband's inheritance. And that's what my goal is. It's not about greed. It's not about anything like that. It's about being a good steward and making the best decisions for my family. And so that's my stress level right now. And that's okay. I'm fortunate. You know, my stress level is inheriting a lot of land. That's a blessing. And I know I'm blessed. My thing is, I don't want, hard feelings or anything like that. And for some reason, they have looked at me since my husband died as an outsider instead of the mother of all of my husband's children. It's not right, but it's okay. We're dealing with it. But moving forward, God's got me. He's got me. He's got you. We're all going to be fine. Grief is horrible, horrible, the worst thing ever in this whole entire world. But it's also part of life. I mean, right time you're born, you're really doing a countdown until you die. You know, it's kind of strange looking at it like that, but that's basically what it is. Your life is just a countdown. You get older, it's a count up in years, but you're just counting down the days until it's your last day. And so I need to make sure that while God has me on this earth, that I do things to honor Him. And that's what my goal is. 58 is going to be great. And so I've set forth a plan. I'm going to try not to dwell in my grief and, get in my slumps that I do. But I'm going to revamp my eBay business. It was successful a couple of years ago, just as a side hustle. But I need to put more emphasis on it now to make it my main hustle and try to make sure that I can fulfill a lot of these goals that I have on that board. That's my vision board that I made. I made it a little over a week ago. And every day I've got to look at them and make sure I stay focused. I want to build a future that my family can prosper from. That's very important. I want a community building with my family. That's where we get to go have fun. I want 2 ovens, 2 stove tops, maybe 2 refrigerators. Nothing brand new. I want us all to build it together. I want a family mountain vacation. I've wanted that for a long time, and that's going to happen. So I've got to save for it. I want to settle the estate so everybody can start moving forward. Nobody's getting younger, so we've got to move it on. I want to save money and don't spend so your dreams can come true. I only have a little bit of money, y'all. $3,000 a month is not going to make all of these dreams come true. I've got to put a lot of effort into that. Focus on my business so I can make money to make my dreams come true. I'm going to have to build a house. And I'm sure before I sell this house, I've got to put a lot of money into it. I mean, I could probably sell it as is, but I wouldn't. It needs a lot of updating. I wouldn't put a tremendous amount in it, but it just needs a little bit of tweaking. And there's an issue that I need to take care of. So I've got to have money for that. I'm thinking probably around 30,000, maybe more for that. I don't know how that's going to happen. I better sell a lot of stuff on eBay. I want $20,000 in my emergency fund. And I want to be 3 to 6 months or 6 months ahead. Right now it says $18,000, but I think I can lower that. I just need to get my expenses. I don't think that means, I think what I should do with that goal, instead of it being 18,000, I need to just do what it would take to survive. And then any extra money, that means what I stuff in all of my cash envelopes, that can go towards my $20,000 emergency fund. You get what I'm saying? So my 3 to 6 months should not have anything to do with cash stuffing. It shouldn't be the whole 3,000. It should be what I can do to pay my bills to survive. You get what I'm saying? So that's what I intend to do, is kind of revamp that just a little bit. And so that can be a more realistic goal. You know, I tried to set the bar high. That's what, you set it high. But I need to also be more realistic so I can at least have some successes to check off. So that's what my goal is. 58 is going to be great. I am completely partied out. I'm fixing to go do another little birthday celebration, which is not going to tucker me out. I'm going to spend the day with my aunt, and we're going to eat lunch, and we're going to play cards, and we're going to laugh, and we're just going to do all the things that we normally do. And that's going to be wonderful. And then my birthday is officially over. I am so tired of my birthday. And I never, ever thought I would ever say that, but I am. I'm tired. I started celebrating Wednesday with my best friend. And I see, I don't drink beer that often anymore. I love a beer buzz. I love a beer buzz. But I don't drink that much anymore. So it kind of wears me out. I don't bounce back like I used to. And, but yeah, I drank a few beers at her house, which was fine. I didn't have a hangover or anything like that. But I did that Wednesday. And then, I'm trying to think. There must have been something I had to do on Thursday. Maybe not. But Saturday, I spent the whole day Friday in Florence. Then Saturday, I went out to eat lunch with my granddaughter and my daughter and had a wonderful lunch. Even dessert was great. Ate strawberry cobbler with vanilla ice cream. Took a long nap. Then I went next door and I drank way too many beers, but not enough to feel bad. I was just tired yesterday. I didn't have to take ibuprofen, but I sang with a microphone. That always is fun. We ate wonderful food. My daughter I went out and ate lunch with bought me a huge birthday cake. Got to sing happy birthday with, my 2 grandchildren next door. And then yesterday, my son and his family grilled out for me, and that we had a wonderful time. The weather was perfect. I got to watch my grandson play and have a great time outside. We ate a wonderful steak. That's my favorite meal. My body just craves it. I don't know why, but it craves a steak. And so I got my steak craving yesterday taken care of. And then today I get to go celebrate again on my actual birthday. So I'm so excited. And I'm blessed. I'm not going to work today. I did set up my eBay store to be scheduled to have 3 listings. I'm scheduled 3 listings will come out for a couple of days. So now whenever I start listing, I'm just going to schedule them for the future dates, because eBay likes consistency. They like you to list every day, and it brings your algorithms up. So my official launch day for my new eBay, it's not going to be a new eBay store, but for my new eBay life journey, like to make it, try to help me with my income instead of just being like a side hustle, but for it to be prosperous for me, really starts on May 4th, because I always have to start things on a Monday. This is just like a soft push is what or a soft opening. You know how you do that like in a business, and then you have your grand opening. Well, my grand opening in my head is May 4th. So I'm just doing a soft opening to try to get my rhythm down. And then start May 4th, it's on. I've got to, you know, I really need to trick my brain to think something. Like, I really wish I could trick my brain and say, okay, girl, you do not have any backup money. You've got to pay your electricity bill out of this money. You've got to do this out of this money. That's what really needs to be my drive. But I need to push it and try to make a future for my family. And that's what my goal is. If I want to achieve my dreams and the dreams of my children and kind of secure something, make something good, I need to work my butt off. And so that's what I'm going to do. I'm planning on working hard and achieving some success on my own. All of my successes in my life have been mine and my husband's. We've succeeded together. This will be the first time that I have to do something to succeed on my own. So living on my own, being all by myself on my own, I've never done it. Never. It's always been me taking care of my family, me and my husband taking care of my family. It's always been, I've never been like, nothing has fallen on my shoulders alone. Just put it that way. I've never had to, like, I didn't get a divorce and have to start over. I've never had to do anything by myself. I went from my home when I graduated high school to college to living as a roommate to living with my husband. Never have I been on my own and everything is on my shoulders. This is the first time in my life. I've done it for 1 year and 4 months. The first year was a complete fog, survival mode, fight or flight. I still kind of feel that a little bit, but the anxiety is not as bad as it was even 2 months ago. So that anxiety's leaving. That's a good thing. And so I'm going to be fine. And guess what? If you're going through anything similar, I'm talking about if you're going through a divorce, if your spouse died, if you've somebody in your family sick and everything's falling on your shoulders, regardless of the situation you're in, you can do it. And I know I can do it too. Our lives may look a little bit different as far as age. It can look different as far as the circumstances. It can even look differently as far as finances. But we can do it, and we can do it together. And I hope, just a little bit, if anybody watches this, if you need motivation, I want to be able to show you things are possible. We can do this. And even if I can inspire you just a smidgen, that this channel would be worth it. Nobody in my family knows I have this channel. I kind of have a feeling somebody knows, but we're not talking about it. But, and you know who you are. Because I know how smart you are. Anyway, but we can inspire each other to do good things and try to make our dreams come true, how big or small. Right now, the only thing I want to accomplish is get one more 1 month ahead. That will be a big hurdle. And when that happens, that will make me so, so happy. You know, I've got to save money in order to keep saving for those savings challenges, because those savings challenges are what's going to fully fund some of my envelopes. And my main envelopes that I need to be fully funded right now are my house taxes, no, my house insurance, and my car insurance. Those are my two biggest hurdles for the year. It's ridiculous. I did the math on it. It's 1.5 months of my life with my income goes to those only two bills. 1.5 months. Isn't that crazy? And then you take the other two bills, my taxes on my car and taxes on my house, and that just carries you back to another month, you know? And it's like, wow. So like 2.5 months of my life, of my income, go to major bills. And that's not cool. I need to bring in extra money that, no, 2.5 months of my income can't go just to those 4 bills. I've got to make more money. And so that's what my plan is, and that's what I intend to do. Thank y'all so much for just watching this video. Give me a subscribe. I think I have 72 subscribers, and I'm so thankful for each and every one of you guys. You know, my next goal is 100. I plan on, I know I do a lot of talking. That's basically what this channel is right now. But that's not my goal for this channel. My channel is to be more of a vlog and more of interactions. But I don't know how to do that. So, and I'm going to learn. 58 is going to be great. I'm going to really accomplish a lot of stuff this year. And stay tuned. And if you've watched this far, thank you so much. And if I can help you with anything, leave me a comment. Anything. I just would love to hear from you. But anyway, y'all have a great day. And I'm going to leave you with my favorite Bible verse, because I made lots of copies in the wrong size. They go in my thank you notes. May the Lord bless you and protect you. May the Lord smile down on you and be gracious to you. And may the Lord show you his favor and give you his peace. And that's from Numbers 6:24 through 26. It instantly after my husband died, when I read it, it became my favorite Bible verse. But it means a lot to me, and I hope hearing it makes you feel the same way it makes me feel. But anyway, God bless you. Thank you so much. Thank you, God, for 58 years. I'm going to try to make you proud, I promise. I'm working on it every day. Try not to be in a slump and gloomy and dark and just a bunch of, I don't want to be like a ungrateful person. I want to be very grateful for the life that I have. And the way I feel like I'm going to be grateful is to live. And so I'm going to live. And I'm going to make things happen. Anyway, thank you. God bless you.